Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Hope everybody is doing good. So here we are. It's like a nice, okay, I wouldn't say warm. It's like a cloudy, but still sun is showing up. A good day. So today I'm going to design some necklace with a necklace with bargain beadbox subscription for the month of February 2025. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're already watching my channel for quite a while, welcome back. So as I said, I'm gonna go through all that is coming through my mind. I was about to do memory wire necklace, and I was about to do you know like a macrame necklace, and then finally I settled down to this. I thought I will do this and push this aside, then I will work with something else. So but first my thought was different, and it became a little bit different later. So because of this bead right here that we got, so I was thinking first, let me do a lariat, but it is not an open lariat, it's like a closed lariat, wherein you have two of these the chain we will cut, and one piece will be a little bit longer than the other piece. Okay, and let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so one will be a little bit longer than the other side, the other one will be shorter than the other side, and then you have beads which come over like that, right? So like this is what my thought process was, and in the middle here I will connect it with some wire and beads that I haven't decided what I'm going to use, but this is what my thought process was. First of all, the thought process came from this butterfly, because the butterfly is hanging on the side just like that. So I thought it has to be either a tassel or a lariat. Tassel, we don't have the chain for that, right? The chain is big in this box. I mean, we do all have chains for that, but still, I wanted to use the items in the box as much as possible. So if somebody is not having a big stash or so, they should be able to replicate my design. That is my thought process. Okay, and then this butterfly is hanging like this, so I thought, okay, this makes sense. And then I pulled out these beads. First of all, I was thinking of doing a wire work with this, but then we have quite a lot of these irregular nuggets kind of a thing, stone, so as well use it, right? I picked out some which is elongated a bit and not so flat like this, right? So I pulled three of them and I placed it, and I saw, oh, this construction is good. Because this butterfly is blue, I thought, why not we incorporate this too? I'm not so sure yet. It is really a bright stone right there. It's a bright blue. uh, I don't know if I'm very, very comfortable with that, but still I want to use it because that's the color combo out here we are going forward for in this bag or box. Bead box, yes, in this bead box. So, but if I make a loop, and this is how, first of all, I didn't want to make it this lengthier. I probably want to make it this. This is the length I want in between the chain in the first place. But if I am involving this bead, it will be this. It will not be that, right? It'll be really, really white. Whether I want to do that white or not, I'm still contemplating, but I thought I will do because the blue ties the butterfly too. So here I go. I have a 20 gauge wire. This is a Benecraft band. Okay, you can use any brand you want, but this one seems to be more pliable than the regular artistic wire. Okay, so I wanted to use both bright silver and stainless steel color, because we do have the chain in the bright silver, the findings in the other color. So take this, add it to here, and then I'm just gonna bend the wire, reposition my pliers, the round nose pliers, and I'm bringing it back, making a loop. Okay, starting to make a loop, right? So here I go, I reposition my pliers, and then before doing that, I want to know whether this chain is soldered or it can be opened. So that I want to know. It can be opened, so no worries. out there. So now we can wire wrap with peace. So hold it with your pliers, either use your fingers or use another set of pliers, which I strongly advise you to do if it is, a wire which is malleable. If it is thicker wire, I mean harder wire, a little bit hard, then it's easy to wire wrap with your fingers up close. But if it is malleable wire, it's better to take out your pliers. I did 3 wraps, like 2.5 wraps is good enough. So now take this loop and then cut the piece and the bit. Okay, here we go. I have a small trash can out there to catch these pieces right here with me. You can see my trash can. That's that. So I keep it right next to me, convenient. Tuck that tail in nicely so that it doesn't rub against your clothing. Okay, there we go. So that's that. And then over here again I'm gonna make a loop, but see how I did that. So you need short distance for this neck to have the wraps in, so you need that. And I'm gonna cut about, say, here, just to have enough space for us to wrap nicely. Okay, and then take your wire, put it over here, and then bring it over there. Make yourself a nice loop, a small loop. Okay, and then take this again. You can use your pliers to do this wrapped loop. If I am doing artistic wire, I wouldn't use a loop. I would use my, sorry, I just bumped the camera. I would use my hands, my fingers to do that work. But since this is not, I have to use, this is a little bit pliable, so the wrap comes out pretty if you use your pliers. Once you work with the wire a little bit more, you will get all of this inside by yourself. Okay, so here we go. One is this side, one is this side. I want both to be the same. Okay, yeah, just like so. So we have wrapped that. Now this is our gauge, and then we are going to assemble these things. So I did a wire wrap with this weird shaped nugget, right? So, and then I did a basic loop with this tulip flowers that we got from the bag. So this is what it's gonna be. Okay, and this is how this is gonna be. So first of all, I want to figure out, right? We need to figure that out, what we need to use. So the tulip flowers and this nuggets is going to come in the bottom, wherein here and there what we are going to do, let's see, what beads do we have right here? So we have, I still have the blueberry looking beads, and then these ones, the crystals in this one as well. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna, let me see what I have here. I'm just going to cut this. Pour some here. And then secure this wire and keep, I don't want to open up everything, so that's that. And then again this one too. If you want, you can open it this way if you don't want to cut. Still have a lot of wire to put some knots with. I will use the 6mm blueberry looking bead as well. We have the bright effect from the chain itself, so we don't need to use very flashy items. Is what my opinion is, but if you think it otherwise, that's completely up to you. But that's what my thought process is. Okay, these two beads are my favorite. I want to save it for a earring project. This toggle clasp as well. Need to come up with a really nice one to showcase the toggle clasp, so that will be in front too. The clasp will be in the front so that we can look at it. So now I am working with the spool, so I'm gonna use this only. So I'm gonna take this and make some segments. So just think about it, we are going to wire wrap it, right? And that too, we are going to wire wrap this long a piece. So I would say I will cut this much first of all. That will be easier to work with, and also measure this. Let me just move this aside. It's about 3 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and put everything in place. Okay, now, so straightening my wire. The nylon jaw pliers I bought is not a good, it's a Macrame brand, and I didn't like it at all for some reason. Maybe it will warm up to me, but I just feel that it doesn't. The one that I had from the start is the best one, and the brand being is let me see, it's Bead. This is my best one. I need to probably replace just the heads and use this. Very comfortable holding and everything. I really liked everything about it. So now this is what we have. So that's why I'm just warming the wire up with my fingers. It'll be straightened up that way as well. So now I'm just gonna, so again, we are just going to make a wrapped loop. Okay, so let me see. I need every bit of the wire possible, right? Don't I? Actually, I can do the loop here. That's okay. Okay, made myself a loop. Take my wire, take my pliers, and then again, as I said, this one calls for a wire to get looped. I tucked it in. So the easy way to tuck it in is, I think, I don't know who said that, somebody said that with your crimping pliers. There we go. That's a genius of an idea, I would say. Straighten this a bit. Okay, once you put the beads, you cannot do that. So there we go. So we will start. I think it's still, I can feel there is a little bit of The wire is a little bit sharp. This is an emery board. Yeah, better. I'm thinking, let me bring some seed beads, is what I'm thinking. So this is Mayuki 80 seed beads. I'm bringing those in. Adding 2 of them. Then this blueberry bead. Then we can also add this one right here. Such pretty. It doesn't cover it. So let me just see if I can add this. I want something to cover that. And then the bicone as well. And then probably a bigger bead. Or not a bigger bead. Or this flower spacer. You have to constantly change it. I will figure out. Okay. Oh, it just got stuck in it itself. So as you guys can see, the bicone bent in nicely. If you like the look of this, then you can go ahead and do that. So how long do we need? This is gonna be the center, so I just need one more of these tulip beads. I don't like it. So I thought, okay, let's do something so which is like coming down. So this is big, a little bit small is what I was thinking about. So I came up with this set with the tulip beads, and so I figured out 2 patterns. I don't want a lot of strands out here, okay, connectors out here. So this is the one. This is about 3 3/4 of an inch. So that's the wire that I used, and then I cut 3 1/2 for this. So it descends from top to bottom. So the tulip beads, the crystal, and then this nugget, the crystal, and the tulip beads. So take the next one. Place your round nose pliers on top and bring it around. Okay, we don't want a bigger loop, so hold it, and if you're doing it with your hand, see how it's not tight, so it's better to do it with your pliers. So 2 1/2 to 3 wraps is more than enough. You can snip off the excess. And then tuck that tail in. There we go. So that's done. Over here I did one side, as you guys can see. I just figured, so there is this crystal, then the bicone, then the bead cap, then the blueberry bead cap, followed by the same thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna place it and bend the wire. Maybe it's a little bit too much wire, but you have enough to wire wrap, so that's also again a good thing. So there we go. Make yourself the loop, and then me just hold this loop with my fingers, and okay, like how you would do a scarf. That's how you need to wrap around, but we have a long thing to go around, so this wrap should be good enough. So when you're trying to wire wrap in the start, cut about, say, a little bit more wire than required. That will give you a good wrap, actually. Enough space to work with, and your wraps will come good. And now, time to tuck the tail in. Okay. Sometimes it might slip. Try with your crimping pliers. Oh, that's nice. So we did 3 wraps, and as you guys can see, this is small, this is a bit more smaller than what it is. So that's how we have it. Now let's do this part, which is from here. I want all of these to dangle like this. So I want to connect open this up. Actually, you can use a bent nose pliers. Twist open. I will wrap this one more time for the other side, so I'll let you know how do I do that. It's a messy wrap, so anybody can do that wrap. So see this, I don't have any control, so this bent nose pliers comes in handy. I don't want to distort the shape of the chain, so I'm trying my level best not to do that. But I want this ends to meet. There we go. Now that that's secure, next I made this purposefully into a basic loop. So as that to a smaller loop. I didn't do a bigger loop because I don't want a lot of chain to show, so that's the intention. I wire wrapped this with 24 gauge wire, and I did this basic loop with 20 gauge wire, if you guys are wondering. And the color is also different. I'm aware of that because that's stainless steel wire, and this one is bright silver wire like the chain. So the thing is, since we have the bead caps, bead caps in stainless steel, and this butterfly also in stainless steel, I want to combine stainless steel and bright silver in this chain. I kind of really like how this is sitting. Pretty for me on the one side. On the other side, let's do so I want this side to be a longer one. I have 2 of these tangles to work with, and then I can add, 2 of these, and then I don't know where my butterfly went. Oops. Here it is. Okay, that much is good enough length is what I feel. So I'm gonna do that. If you want, you can add the blueberry bead too. It's totally up to you, but I didn't add here, so I didn't want to include there as well. So for this, as I said, 24 gauge wire. You can use stainless steel or bright silver, whichever you have available in your stash to do this. I just cut approximately about, say, 4 inches, I would say. Okay, and then make a loop, a wrapped loop. Just like that. "24 gauge is nice and pliable, but just make sure that you don't poke yourself with it. It is kind of sharp. All wires are sharp, but especially this thin wire will go through. See that wrap? That's pretty. Now snip this off. Okay, and then tuck the tail when you can, because we will wrap on top of this. Add it here. Now I want to just leave a tad bit of gap right there, and then make a wrap loop. Excuse me, again. Actually, I didn't do enough, but let's see. So this has to come, and this has to wrap around here. But since it's very less, I won't be able to do that. That's what I think. Okay, I did manage to wrap, but the only problem is, see, there is only one wire coming in the front, but in this I have wires on both sides. So I'll do the same with the smaller one. I'm okay with it, but if you are not, just go ahead and I'll show you guys how I did the other one, and then you can follow the same for both. I want this to be nicely sitting in here. Okay, that's done. We'll do this. This time we'll take more wire, like about, say, 6 inches of wire. Again, I did small, so six inches is about here. I think that will work. So now again, the same thing. Make yourself a wrapped loop. Once you have that, snip off that excess wire right there. Now is the chance to tuck the tail in. Otherwise, if you wrap around on top, it won't be a possibility. Okay, now take this nugget foam, find the hole. That's the sad part of this, it glitters and I'm not able to find the hole very easily. See, it's all the way like this, not like this. So that's the reason why I did wraps on both the side. Kind of looked even to me, so I just, maybe there is something else which is much more. This is like this, and Maybe this is nice. Okay, I'll use this. I'm gonna leave some gap. I'm not gonna do it immediately after that because I want to go back and forth. So there we go. Make ourselves a loop and wire wrap. Okay, so come back here and wrap around once, and then come the other side and then wrap around twice or 3 times, however you prefer. So 6 inches of wire is perfect to do this kind of a wrap. And now we got to tuck the tail in. See, it's front and back, so even if it twists and turns, you will see a wire across the bead. That's the intention. It's totally up to you how you want to do that. And now for these tulips, I want a 20 gauge wire in the bright silver. I'm using that, but you can always use anything you want. But 20 gauge wire is the gauge that I recommend for a basic loop. So you bend the wire at 90 degrees and make yourself a loop, a teeny tiny loop. See that? That's a teeny tiny loop that you can get. Then bend the wire again, snip off, leaving about 1/4 of an inch. As I said, I'm making a very teeny tiny loop. I didn't want a bigger one. Hold your round nose pliers at the end. You should not be feeling the wire here. So the motion I bring is like this because that's what is easier for me. But you can always, maybe this all is distracting you. Taking this attention from everything is what I feel. Oh, now it's better. So here we go. So that's the loop that we got. Again, straighten the wire. You warm up with your fingers. Add the bead. Bend the wire at 90 degrees. Reposition your pliers. Circle it towards you. Then bend the rest of the wire. I really like to work with the spool so that there is no wastage of wire whatsoever. Right? So take this again. Make a loop. Okay. Now let's put this together. First of all, here is a smaller link. That's okay. Now we'll open the smaller link with smaller pliers. I like my Zuron pliers, as I have always told. But for opening and closing a jump ring, I always feel that this doesn't help me. I don't know why. I always like my bent nose pliers to open and close the jump ring, and also in this case the chain is the jump ring I'm talking about. Okay, add this now. Now close this tight. Okay, I'm using the whole chain. I'm going to cut it in the back and work with it. So now take your pliers, open up the tulip beads. Make sure it's there is a top and bottom part of this, right? Just make sure that the tulip is facing downwards. and open up the other side. Add this nugget bead that we have, close it, straighten that up, and then now again open the top part of the tulip, swing towards you, add, now swing the loop back away from you. The same here, swing and open it, and then add the butterfly charm, and then swing back and close it. So here we go. Kind of really like the way this turned out to be. You can actually have this as your earrings, like wrap it around the chain around your neck and have this hanging like this. That'll be really nice. So the chain is long enough, you can do that. You can circle around your neck once like a choker and then wear this if you want. But since I plan to do differently, I'm just going to go ahead with that. So here we go. We have our dangles. First I will attach this dangle right here. That will separate my necklace right here. So I'm just going to open this one up, and the one that is holding this one up, and then add it. So first we will open this up. Okay. Add one end of the loop this side and close, twist and close. There you go. And this side I'm going to open the big one, the big guy. I'm not going to open the small one. So if you think about it, this has to come the other side. So I'm taking the chain off and I'm looking at the direction here. Okay. Adding this here, and then the chain, and close it. Twist and close. Now that it is attached, you will have a structure to work with. Okay. See that? So it's better to not change the side of the chain. It's better. It's like worst case scenario, it'll be fine, but it's better to not change the side of the chain and then link other two. So now we will see how far we want the gap to be. You can do this way if you want. It's up to you. Like this is a long shot, but you can also do like this. I mean, I like this, so I will leave one chain back and then I will do here. That way it'll be fine. So the bigger chain links are the one that we are considering, so I'm just going to skip one of the bigger chain link and go to the next one. So as I said, I don't want the chain to twist a lot, so here is the okay. So if I'm just doing this is how it is, and this is how the chain is. So this is the link I want to concentrate, and then I'm gonna just hold that there. See how it is nicely twisting. I just wish they don't twist that much, but That's also a good thing, you know. It doesn't matter. That means it won't matter. Okay. So here I go. Open the link up. Okay. Towards the right, I add my second connector. Close this, twist and close. Okay, what you can do is you can do the same for the next as well. See how I am finding that. So that's the link, and I can open that up and add our next connector. Okay, now to the next side. So the first connector is already there, so the next one will be, we are skipping this one. Hold on one sec. We are skipping this one and then going into this right here. So take the chain on the other side so that you don't have to take the chain on and off, and then hold and twist, and now add this and twist and close. There we go. That sound, that's the trick. Now the last one, it's in this side. Okay, this is the chain we have to go through. Okay, open this up and carefully add this loop right here. And twist close. How you would close a jump ring, that's exactly how you will close this chain. So now I have attached our connectors, and this is how it looks like. It's a funky necklace. I really like it the way this turned out to be. And then length of the necklace, what I am going to do is I'm just gonna wear it around my neck, and I want this to be fairly long enough. I don't want it to be very short, so I would just go ahead and have this much, and let me just measure this. It's 13 inches the long side, and the shorter side is 13 inches long. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to keep this there and open this link up. Okay, and then you can add the toggle that we received in the box, but as I said, I'm gonna reserve that for some other project of mine, and I am gonna add a lobster claw clasp, the bigger lobster claw clasp. I don't like the smaller one. It's kind of, you know, difficult to put it in the back. So I have this, and then I open up this link. So This is connected to the chain. This one is connected to the chain and this is not. I remove that and then I just close it. You can just directly, if you want you can add a jump ring, but this itself is nice and big enough for my lobster claw clasp to connect. I have still this much. Oops, seriously, what did I do? Okay, connected this, I connected this. Oh, I didn't take off the chain. Good gracious. Goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Okay, this I need to take it off. Okay, fine. I will take it off. Take this off first, this off second, and then my lobster claw in, and then twist and close the link. Make sure it's completely closed. It's important that it's completely closed. So there we go. I didn't even use the seed beads, Okay. Okay. There is our necklace. I'll just zoom in a little bit more so that you guys can see it clearly. I really like the way this turned out to be. Very funky and cool necklace, and it's a sweater necklace as well. You can wear it in this weather. It's perfect for it. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching, and also if you'd like to give super thanks, there is a thanks button right below in the description box. You can click on it and donate as much as you can. It will help my channel grow. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.